Hello, this is a free call from
Blanchard.
An offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2.
If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Ken?
Yes, it is.
Hi, it's Gypsy.
Hey, Gypsy, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I got your letter today.
Did you? Awesome.
Yeah, I got it.
I sent it overnight to make sure that you got it as soon as you could.
Yeah, well, thank you, because it helps with response time and everything. So.
Yeah, I know. You know, I wanted to say, like, I know it's been, like, a couple weeks since you've heard from me, kind of, because I wanted you to know, like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I remember you telling me, like, you can't send letters and pictures together, and I remember when I sent you my last letter, so I put it in a priority envelope, but I made sure to put, like, my letter in one and, like, my photo in another, but I put those two envelopes in the priority envelope, thinking that would be okay, but I guess it wasn't, and I got it sent back.
No, like,
yeah.
I hate the mailroom because they're always rejecting stuff, like pictures and stuff, and that's why whenever anybody wants to send me pictures, I'm like, make sure that it's in a separate envelope and there's no writing on the back. Because, like, my cousin wanted to send me pictures, and they rejected both my cousin's pictures. And I'm like, seriously, you guys just don't want me to have any pictures around here. So I'm like,
yeah, well,
crazy.
I'm happy it finally got to you. It was a little disappointing because it took like a couple weeks, but you know, that's just how it works. Because I know that when I send you something, it takes about 3 days for you to get it, and I don't know how long that. I guess the mailroom's pretty fast because they give it to you the day of, so that's good.
Yeah, like we get mail at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we don't get mail on Saturdays. And like people send me emails too, like my dad or whatever will send me an email through. Like we don't have internet, so but they print out the emails for us, and it gets to us like a letter. And they do that through accesscorrections.com. And so I mean.
Right.
That's a little bit faster, but I'm not sure if it. I know a small email or something is free, but I don't know a big email if it charges you or anything. My dad hasn't told me that much, so I don't know. But
I didn't know that I could send you emails. I mean, I'd rather send you like a physical letter so you could have it and read it, but.
Yeah, and like the emails are the same way. You know, they print it out and everything. It's just not handwritten, and so like I still get to keep them and everything. So I mean, it's just a little faster. I might get it. Say if you send me an email today, I would probably get it tomorrow. It just kind of depends on when you send it.
Hey, Gypsy, hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
I'm downtown, so I want to put in my headphones because I'll be able to hear you better. So hold on 1 second. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, it's so good to finally hear your voice. It's been like a couple months since, maybe a month or two since I first wrote you, but it's good to finally talk to you. Like, how are things today?
Right?
Everything okay?
Yeah, I had school today. It's been kind of a boring day. And I'm sorry I'm so awkward on the phone. Like,
It's okay.
I write better than I talk on the phone, so I was telling Becky, I'm like, I'm so nervous to call because what if I say something stupid?
That's literally exactly how I felt, too. I was like, I'm going to be nervous the first time she calls me, but you know what? I think it's okay.
Right.
But, I got your, so I got a letter, like yesterday, and it was the one, I guess, that you sent to my older address.
Yes.
Because I just moved, and they I made sure to put in like a change of address. So I just picked it up today or yesterday, and I read it yesterday. And I saw that you were talking about how you have a contract with HBO that ends next month, and you'll be free to do an interview with Dr. Phil and anyone else. But that's really interesting. I'm actually really excited for that. I mean, for you to do an interview with him, I think that he's probably one of the best people to interview you.
Yeah.
But
and he's wanted to interview me for a while, like going through my case whenever I first caught my case. About a few months after, he contacted my attorney, and my attorney told him, you know, I know you really want this interview, but she's not doing anything until after either trial or she's sentenced. And
right, of course. That's pretty common.
Yeah, because anything that I could have said or whatever could have been used against me at trial, so I didn't want to take that risk.
Exactly.
And so once I was sentenced, I'm like, okay, well, we still have the contract with HBO, so I can't do anything until August. And we thought that the documentary would have came out in January. And so they kept pushing it off and pushing it off, so it took longer and longer. But, like, in hindsight, I prefer it to be that way because it gave me time to grow as a person. And so maybe my interview at the time, excuse me, may have not been as good as it could be now. Just because I've grown so much as a person since I was in county, since I was sentenced. So, I mean, I think that now is a good time, and I know 2020 wants to do an interview. Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, 2020, just everybody just wants to do an interview.
Everybody.
And I'm like, I don't want to do 50 gajillion and 5 interviews because I don't want to have to relive the same stuff over and over again. It was hard enough for me to do the interview for HBO the day I was sentenced. Literally, I took my plea, and they interviewed me like 2 hours later. And so it's sticking up.
Aaron interviewed you, right?
Who? Aaron? Yes.
Aaron Car, yeah.
Yes. And I still keep in contact with her. Like, I have her home number, and we became friends, and so we still talk on a weekly basis. Right now she's doing a documentary. I don't know if you heard about the Michelle Carter case.
I haven't, no.
Okay, well,
your documentary was the first one I had ever seen from her as a director. I know she's done a couple, but yours was the first one that I ever saw from her.
Okay.
And you know, I was thinking about it I've never written a letter to anyone in my entire life. You know, whenever I write you a letter, it takes me like 3 to 4 hours to like put it together because like I'm very particular with like what I want to say, and like I'll go back and like I've gotten like 3 pages into it, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I should go back and redo this because like, you know, the documentary that she did on you, it totally captivated me. I remember when I watched it, a friend of mine showed it to me, and I remember at the end of it, like, you know, I totally teared up. And you know, as a guy, you don't ever want to admit that kind of thing. But like, it was totally just, you know, it overwhelmed me because you have such a unique case. And I remember I turned to my friend and I was like, I want to write her a letter. My friend was like, oh, you should totally do it. And I did. I wrote a letter the next day. And I sent it to you, and you know, a part of me, I even think I wrote it in my first letter. I was like, I don't think I'm going to hear back from her because I would imagine, you know, Gypsy gets so much support from the outside that I'm just another person in this like stack that she probably gets every day. And, you know, when I got your first letter back, I was just like, you know, jumping for joy. I was so excited and I read it. And I'm just so happy that, you know, we've kind of become sort of friends since I first wrote you probably in like early June that was, or late May.
Yeah, I think it was like late May or something. And I keep all of the letters that I get that anybody sends me. And I did get, like, a bunch of letters, but I don't write back to everybody just because it's very costly with stamps, and I'm like, not everybody is. Okay, so I've had some wackos write me. So, I mean, I'm
Really?
Yeah, like, you have no idea.
Well, I hope I don't fall into that. I hope I don't fall into that category.
No, absolutely not. But they had, like, a couple of people that were just asking me weird questions, like, do you like your jail outfit? And, I mean, that's fine, because I'm like, yeah, I like the black and white stripes just because it fit me a little better than the khakis here do. And it was a little more form-fitting. And nobody knows this, but our the jail that I was in, a lot of the uniforms are gray. Like, they're the white, the black has faded into the white and everything, so it's all gray. And I traded somebody. I went through hell and high water to trade to get matching black and white. I call them crispy black and white for court. Because I'm like, I know I'm going to be on TV. I know that this is going to be seen by everybody, so I want to look presentable. And, of course, like, my hair, whenever I began my case, my hair was so short. And that awful freaking booking photo, I loathed that photo. And hate it. Oh, my God, I hate it. And so, like, whenever I was going, through my case, you see me changing because I'm getting healthier. The feeding tube had been removed, and I started eating more. I gained, like, 15 pounds. And my hair started growing out, and I'm like, I never knew I had curls until my hair finally grew out. And so
I know, and that's like,
oh
one of the things I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research on your case, and I've seen all the footage of you, and it's like when you first start out, your hair is very short, and the most recent picture that you sent me. Well, your hair is so long. It looks so great with your natural brown curly hair. It looks awesome.
Right.
So it's so good to see you.
I'm like, I like to straighten sometimes. I like to get it straightened because I just like it that way. I like my curls, but I like it straight too. So someone suggested me getting it permanently straightened by putting a relaxer or whatever. I'm like, no, this is virgin hair. I want to keep it how it is. I don't want to do any stuff to it. I want to keep it and keep growing. Because I'm like, even since March, it's grown. And I've noticed because I just got my photos from my visit back. And I'm like, oh my God, it's grown even since March.
I know. It looks. I remember the first picture you sent me was the one with you that you took for Valentine's Day, and your hair was all straightened out. It looked awesome. It looked great.
Thanks.
And then my favorite one though is the one that you just sent me last week that I got with you, and it's all just naturally curly.
Yeah. That's the one that caused so much controversy on the Facebook support group because I was wearing that ring.
Yeah, it totally looks like an engagement ring too.
I'm like, I didn't mean it to seem that way. I just was like making rings to be pretty.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
good. It looks
crap.
good. Well, I love it. I love it.
Good. Well, I just got some more photos, so if you want me to send you the one that I took with my family, I can send you that one.
I would love it. I would love it. Nothing more. I would love nothing more than that.
Cool.
But I know that your birthday is coming up.
Yes.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I said I had an awesome
27th,
visit.
right?
Yes, my birthday on the 27th.
I was gonna ask you. Yeah, that was like my next thing I was gonna ask you. It's like, how was your visit with your mom or dad? And you said it was the first time you've met your sister, right? Since she was just a baby, right?
Right. He was a baby, and then the last time I seen my brother was when he was 10. And, oh, my God, it's crazy because it's like when I looked at him, I'm like, I still see the little 10-year-old boy that I used to know, but at the same time, there's this grown man with full facial hair. I'm like, oh, my God, Dylan, you're a man. What the hell? crazy. And then seeing Mia, it was like, oh my goodness, she's so beautiful. And it's funny to kind of see sisters and how they act and stuff. And like we're talking about school, and she does good in algebra. I do good in geometry, and she does bad in geometry. So we're kind of opposite. And if you look at us, like I have dark hair, she actually has brown hair, but she dyes it blonde. So we just look like opposites right now.
I have no idea what she looks like. But I think they actually showed like a very brief clip of her in your HBO documentary. And I was actually going to ask you, I'm really curious, have you seen your own documentary?
No, I haven't. I've heard from many people that it was done very good, but I even asked the warden if I could view it, and she said that it's against policy. So, we get cable. We do get cable, but we don't get things like HBO and Stars and Showtime. So, I mean, like the paid programming and stuff we don't get. But we do get basic cable and stuff, so I'm able to watch my favorite shows.
Though.
So,
I can't believe that you haven't seen your own documentary, though. That's crazy.
I know. But
I was told that they would let you see it.
It's going to take some time to actually look at it, because Mom and Dad did say that there is some things in it that they would want to be by my side. Just because...
Yeah, I mean, it definitely expresses, like, the good and the bad of, you know, your story. I would imagine you would want to have some support nearby when you watched it, because they really don't... I mean, I don't, you know, like I said in one of my previous letters, like, I know that there's a lot more to you than just what the documentary presents. You know, it presents the bare bones story, but yeah. So I know that it would probably be a hard thing for you to watch by yourself. So I would hope that you would.
Right. And like going through my case, I didn't ask my attorney to show me any of the evidence or anything. So a lot of it I don't know about. And I prefer to stay that way until I go home and I'm able to process it a lot better. And I mean, people ask me all the time, like, you know, what are the details of your case and the technical things of it, and basically like, what did he do to your mom? Like, how many times did he stab her and shit like that? And I'm like, I don't know, and I don't want to know. So
they don't really talk about that in the film. I mean, they show his interrogation case a little bit, as well as yours, but I feel like the documentary mostly focuses on you. Obviously, there are some parts where he's in it to explain a little bit of his background and everything like that, but it's mostly you in it. You know, but still, I'm definitely very excited to hear that you want to pursue it further, and I'm also curious as to like what more of the story is to tell, because I didn't actually know that was the, you know, because I didn't know that was that they interviewed you the day you were sentenced. That's got to be obviously very nerve-wracking for you.
It was. Because, like, it was very hard.
Right. Yeah.
And whenever they filmed me, that part that probably teared you up, that was a couple days later. My family, my dad and Christy wasn't able to make my sentencing because Mia was having her tonsils taken out. I guess she had to have them taken out twice, or maybe she never had them taken out to begin with, but she had surgery. So that's why they weren't able to be there, and God, did they get a lot of flack for that. Online, people didn't understand why they weren't there, and they're like, they should have been there, they should have, you know, been there to support her or whatever, and they weren't there. And I'm like, dude, that my sister just had surgery, they had to be with her. I understood, you know? And they were coming a week later to see me before I went off to prison. And that's something that they didn't explain. And then they had some people that were kind of drawing conclusions from what they saw. They thought that, okay, well, maybe she hates her stepmom, and that she still has mommy issues and stuff because they didn't show me hugging Christy whenever we had that contact visit. And I'm like,
Right.
I did hug her. I hugged her and Dad for a very long time. They just didn't show me hugging her. And
Yeah, they didn't.
So that's just some more stuff that it's like there was more in the documentary that maybe they didn't show or whatever. And I'm like, I don't even know if they showed my full interview. So I remember all things that I said, but I don't know.
I mean, so you're exactly right. That was the part that I took up on was with your first full contact visit with your mom and Christy. I'm sorry, with your dad and Christy.
Yeah.
And they had you in handcuffs, which I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe they made you wear handcuffs during that visit. But they showed mostly, like, you know, you were talking about how you go to the rec yard and you're exercising and you know. They showed you hugging your dad, and that was that got me because it was very emotional. But
imagine
it's very.
I was so emotional because I'm like, it all hit me all at once because I'm like, I had been so strong and didn't want to cry or anything, didn't want to break down, and then whenever it hit me that I'm leaving a parent that actually cares for me and loves me, and I want to go home so bad, and I'm leaving his arms to go to prison. And so it just all hit me at once. So I just broke down. I'm like, I don't want to go.
I know. Well, you know what? You're only human. You know, we would all do the same thing. So,
right. Yeah.
You know, but it was a beautiful moment between you three, and it's very obvious that Christy loves you very much in the interview, and that she is like a mother to you, and
she is.
You know,
she's even adopting me. Like we found out that she could adopt me, so I'm like, yes, because Dad suggested it, and I'm like, absolutely, I would love that. And so she had called one of her friends that is a lawyer. And she was like, look, I want to adopt my stepdaughter. And so it's a simple process. We just both have to sign this piece of paper and get it notarized, and boom, it's done. I'm like, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, So
that's great.
I'm happy about that. And, me and Dylan are happy about it, too, because they're like, well, she's already our sister. So, and I'm so grateful to them that they've been so patient with all of this because, most 16-year-olds would be like, oh, my God, enough already. I'm so tired of hearing about Gypsy all the time, and all of the media attention and everything. But, no, she's been supportive, and she's been, right alongside Mom and Dad cheering for me and everything, So, I mean, it's just good to have siblings that are understanding and care about me. Because, I mean, Mia was, I think, 14 whenever I got arrested. And they weren't sure how to exactly explain the situation to her.
Right.
So, and it took a little while for us to start writing to each other, and I'm like trying to make jail sound kind of upbeat because I don't want to tell her how terrifying it is. So I'm like, there's a window in my room, and I got to see a little bunny rabbit outside and stuff like that to try and not make it seem so scary, and trying to not make me seem like this criminal because she's never met me before. So
I definitely don't think that anybody would think that about you watching what we've seen, because the first I ever heard about your case, I had never heard about it until I saw documentary, and then that drove me to look further into it. Because like I said, like that this is the first time I've ever been so captivated by a documentary with yours. And I definitely, and like I told you before, because obviously a lot of people have seen it, even friends of mine and coworkers of mine, everything has seen it, because HBO is such a big platform. And like I told you before, I mean, everybody is on your side, and everybody supports you, and, you know, we all pray for you, and I think about you every day, literally. I mean, I'm always looking forward to hearing back from you and just talking to you for the first time, voice to voice.
I know,
I'm so
I'm doing so well. I haven't been awkward, not even once.
I know. How long has it been? Like over 20 minutes so far.
Right.
So good.
Haven't said anything stupid yet.
No, not at all. You know, I'm just happy to actually, like, you know, just talk to you for the first time.
I know, I feel the same way. You're like the coolest freaking dude that I wrote so far. Like, you know, we like all the same shows and everything. It's just nice to like talk to someone that has the same interests as you. You know?
Somewhat like-minded, right? I know, totally.
Exactly.
Every time I would read one of your letters, it's like, God, like you're reading her like almost the same person. That's what I love the most out of this.
Right.
but yeah, you know, I'm definitely excited to keep talking to you and, you know, just to learn more and more about you as, you know, the days go on. And it's like I said, you know, you can always call me anytime. Like, you know, I will always step out and talk to you because I feel like, you know, always moving all the time. Like I said, like, you know, it becomes a very, I don't know, you lose a lot of friends along the way and you make new ones, and, you know, it's definitely hard to meet people with similar interests. So even though I've never actually met you face to face, I think it's incredible that you and I have a lot of the same interests. So I'm definitely excited to see how far this goes. But, you know, I think that it's great that you have such an amazing outlooking personality and optimism, because, you know, a lot of this, I feel like if it were me, like, I would be, you know, such a quiet, like, I don't know, it's hard to say, but I just think it's amazing that you've retained this amazing spirit about you, and you're so, you know, alive.
That.
Well,
you know,
right.
It hasn't been easy because there have been some people that have wanted to squash that, and I'm like, I want to come out of here more mature than I used to be, but also retain that innocence that still sees the best in people, and I never want to lose that.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely, and I think that you've kept that innocence factor for the most part, and it's been 2 years since you've been, you know, in the system, and, you know, Gypsy, I just know that, like, when you finally go home, you're going to have everybody rally behind you, and you're going to have so much life. I mean, you and I are, like, literally almost the same age. I think you're 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
Because you were born in 91. I was born in 92. But, you know, I just know that when you get out, we'll be the same age. And, you know, you're going to have so much time to just do all the things that you should, and that's what makes me the happiest about this, you know, this whole situation, is that you're not going to be like 50 years old. You know, you're going to be in your 30s, which means you're still so young and still have, you know, so much capability and so much, you know, and I don't want to like take your mind or put your mind too much on that, because, you know, there's still a couple of years until you're there, you know, hopefully sooner. Like I said, your petition just gets more. I check your petition every single day, and it grows in numbers every day. Like we're almost at the 2,500 mark, and I believe that when we get there, I know it really is, that the next step is just, you know, to write letters. And like I said, I'm absolutely on board to be a part of that, because, like I said, like I feel like I've gotten to know you a little bit for the most part. I mean, and you're such an incredible person, and I just feel like
make me cry.
there's no.
Stop it.
Okay, all right. But I'm just saying, there's no way that anyone could ignore this case, because this case is so out of the ordinary, and so, everybody applies for appeals, but I feel like you stand out above everyone else, and, I definitely think that
I keep my spirits up and try, and I don't want to get my hopes up about the petition.
Of course.
But I also know that anything is possible, because I was watching, I guess, Lifetime Network or whatever, and they were talking about the Menendez brothers case. I guess they did a TV movie about it, and I caught that's kind of like a documentary afterwards. And they had showed this girl, she had murdered her father because he was molesting her. And that happened in St. Louis. I want to say probably about 20 years ago. And she got sent to Vandalia, which was the first prison that I went to. It's where you spend R&O receiving an orientation. And, if you get transferred to Chillicothe, some girls do and some girls don't. So,
okay.
I saw her walking out of the gates of Vandalia, and I'm like, I know that prison. And come to find out, it was Vandalia. And I guess the governor pardoned her, and I know what governor they were even talking about, because it was, I think, not this governor, but the governor before this one. And she got pardoned, and she did spend 17 years in there, but she was sentenced to life without, and she got pardoned. And so, anything's possible.
Yeah, definitely. I remember you telling me about that case. I haven't looked into it. I definitely have heard of the Menendez brothers, but I haven't ever actually looked into their case either.
It's pretty interesting. I'm a junkie for Lifetime movies. So
yeah.
I'm like, I call it the Crazy Chick Network, because they always have something like My Crazy Soulmate or My Crazy Ex or something. It's enjoyable to watch for me.
Yeah. I've seen some of those, like Who the Hell Did I Marry and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I definitely think that anything's possible, and it's sad to say, but not everybody is understanding, because I was talking to one of my childhood friends last night, and we were in a group together. It was called Winners on Wheels. It was for people in wheelchairs and or people with disabilities, and a lot of us were very young, so I was probably 11 at the time, and Sophia, the friend that I talked to last night, she was 8, and we just had a close friendship, and one of our friends from that group, I stayed in contact with 2, so I stayed in contact with her and with my friend Clark, and he has Asperger's syndrome, so he has the same thing as Nick.
Right.
And so whenever I was talking to her, she was like, Clark's mom doesn't want me talking to him anymore because I'm talking to you. And I'm like, but, I know they're probably upset, but why would they not want you talking to him? Well, come to find out, we suspect that Clark's mom might have a mild form of Munchausen's by proxy.
Okay.
And because he's in a wheelchair in one picture, and he's walking in another, but he's only in a wheelchair whenever it comes to meeting celebrities. And so Clark's mom told Sophia that, I don't want Clark getting any ideas from Gypsy. I don't want him being any danger. I'm like, I would never hurt Clark. He's my friend. Why would I ever hurt I would not hurt anybody. And so...
I don't think you would.
So I think it's more of, I don't want my son getting ideas about, oh, maybe that's what I'm doing to him or something, you know? So it's just hard whenever you're trying to be an advocate for people that are going through this, and potentially your friend is going through this.
Right.
So it's rough. Because I'm like, I'm not allowed to talk to him. I don't even know how to begin. I mean, it's only a suspicion, but Sophia's mom and dad thinks the same thing. And so I'm like, there's nothing I could do myself while I'm in prison. But I wish I was out there to talk to him and be like, look, you've known me for a long time, since we were kids. You could tell me if something's wrong at home. Because that's what I wish somebody could have done for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm like, it's just rough.
Yeah, you know, it's the thing about that is, like, you know, you can't put too much responsibility on yourself because it's such a powerful syndrome, you know, and kids fall victim to it because at the same time, like, they're their parents and they feel like their parents know what's best for them, so they always end up listening to their parents to the point where, like, you know, it ends up like your case where you're following along this line that your parents draw for you to the point where it gets to be too late. So it's best not to take any personal blame because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, they have such a strong grip. If that is the case, you know, these parents have such a strong grip. I've had a friend who, while it wasn't as severe as like yours or maybe your friends, but like I had a friend who was affected by Munchausen by proxy by their parents, and it's actually funny. I mean, that's not funny, but when I first saw your documentary, I remember like the first 5 minutes after the first 5 minutes were through, I was like looked over at my friend, I was like, this is Munchausen by proxy, and it was before the documentary even said it, and a lot of people haven't even heard of it. It's such a rare thing. But
I never heard of it.
You know,
I'm like, if I would have heard of it before all of this, I would have definitely, you know, suspected it because I had to, while I was in county jail, I went on Wikipedia, or maybe it was WebMD or something, because we do have tablets in jail. And so I went on there and I researched what the syndrome is. And it told me, like, it's usually by a parent, usually by a mother, and it was telling about the symptoms. And I'm like, oh, my God, my mom had every single symptom of it. And it's just kind of rough whenever you grow up that way, but you have no idea that...
No idea, of course.
That there are other people that are like this. I thought my mom was just the only one that's like that, and... I mean, I just thought she was being overprotective for a while, and but I would see that like other kids would go over to like sleepovers and can hang out at the mall and just hang out with their friends and stuff, and I wasn't allowed to.
You weren't allowed to do any of that,
No. So I mean, a lot of that is going to be all new to me, and most people ask like, what do you look forward to whenever you get out? What do you want to do? And I'm like, probably everything, just because I haven't done anything, you know.
It'll be so brand new to you, I know, you know, and like, I get the feeling that you're somewhat of an adventurer.
This call
like
is from
myself.
a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Hold on one second. I'm getting an alert. Okay. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, I can't stand her. She pops up every freaking 20, 30 minutes or so. I'm like, shut up, go away.
They're listening to us. It's okay. I don't care. But God, I lost that train of thought. What was I saying? So you're somewhat of an adventurer, and like, you know, I can tell that like you want to travel and you want to do all these things, and I'm assuming you'll go back to Louisiana to live with your family there.
Yeah.
But you know, there's so much out there to do, you know, and I'm just discovering this for myself because I've lived like a gypsy, like you said, most of my life too. I've moved around a lot, and every couple of years I ended up moving somewhere else. but I finally feel like, I'm over that phase, but a part of me still wants, I haven't ever left the country, and there's so many places I want to go, like, just like you, like, I want to go to New Zealand, because that's where the Lord of the Rings is filmed. I want to see all of that, and Rome, and Vatican City, and all that stuff, and all that stuff is definitely going to be there for you.
Right.
And, I'm excited for you to be able to live out all those dreams of yours, and it's going to happen. And that's where, like, my happiness behind your case comes from, is that knowing that there's still so much opportunity for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be great. You're going to be great. And, you're going to school, and I remember, I've read each letter you sent me, like, a dozen times over each, so I know that, like...
So sorry about
like
bad spelling sometimes. They teach me English, and they teach me all of that, proper grammar and stuff, but they don't teach you how to spell, so I'm kind of just winging it.
You're doing great. I've never misunderstood anything you said. You know what? Like, it's okay. If there's one thing that I would tell you is that whenever you say a word that has an E-I-N-G, you always drop the E. So if you say I'm having a good time, it's H-A-V-I-N-G, not H-A-V-E-I-N-G. But you know what? That's okay. That'll come. That'll come eventually.
I know.
You're very articulate. You're very. I can tell just by reading your letters. You're very intelligent. So, like, obviously it shows that you read a lot.
Yeah.
And
I do. That's the highest subject that I have. 12th grade in that.
Language arts.
Yes.
Right. 12th grade reading and 12th grade language arts, and you're still progressing through math. That's my math is horrible too. So it happens to everybody. You're not alone there.
It's getting better. Like, I had taken a test, and I did really well on it. I started probably at a 3rd grade level in math, and I kept working, and then I went up, and I went to M level, so it's medium, and then they have difficult, and then advanced. And I reached difficult level, but then whenever it came to testing me, they have 65 hours of school that you have to put in, and then after that 65 hours, they test you in all the areas. And for the test, my teacher put me that I was back still in level E, so easy. And I'm like, but I'm not in this level anymore. I didn't want to bring it up there and be rude or anything, because she's the teacher.
Right.
But it was a mistake on her part. And so it set me back, and I'm doing these assignments, I'm getting 100%, I'm getting 90%. I'm like, I know I'm past this stuff. I can do more advanced stuff. And so I took a test recently, bumped up back to level M, and then I have to do more assignments in that level until I can bump up again. But I'm going to get there. I'm like, okay, it was a mistake on your part, but maybe it might benefit me because I'm going through all the stuff I already know. But it's good because it's drilling it in my head over and over again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a pain in the butt to do, but I'd rather it stick in my mind. I'm like, I don't even need to be in advanced level. I just need a 9.0 in level B, and then I can take my pre-test and then take the actual GED test. So, I mean, I'm getting there.
Well, it sounds like you're getting there.
I won't give up.
That's good.
And then I'll go to cosmetology and do cosmetology classes once I'm done, once I get my GED. And I can do the dog program. There's just so much I could do. The only thing that's holding me back is not having this GED. So I'm like, once I get that, I'll be able to do a lot of stuff. And then that'll make my time fly by. Because, I mean, the days that we have off from school or my teacher is not there, I feel like the time drags on because I'm not doing anything. I'm not athletic, so I don't play sports, even though I've tried to play a little volleyball, fell on my ass so many times. So I'm not cut out for sports. So my time is usually spent in the library.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. And I
remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, and I read in your letter that you were talking about Game of Thrones. I am such a big fan.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. I mean, have you seen the show at all, or?
I've seen the first season and probably 2 episodes into the second season, which I know is not that much. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to watch more. So I wish we had HBO and everything so I could watch it, or a DVD player or something.
Yeah.
But
right.
we do have the books here at the library. My roommate is actually reading it, and her girlfriend got her reading it.
I was going to send you that book, but it's okay if they have it at your library, then I won't.
Well, they have it. It takes me forever to read a book just because I do schoolwork and I work and I do other things. So I'm like,
right.
It takes me a little while to read a book.
Me too. You know, and that's the same for me. Like it takes me like a month or so to finish. And I'm not like the everyday reader type person, you know, because I do have a job that I go to, you know, just like you and everything. And so, but I try to read when I can. But so I'm not gonna like send you 15 books and expect you to like, you know, talk to me about all of them anytime soon. But you know, I can definitely.
Suggestions. And I could probably look and see it there at the library and then tell you what I think.
Yeah, and that'll work. But I might send you something here or there. I just put a little bit more in your account today just to make sure. Because I
was just about to mention that. I don't know how to even begin to say thank you.
No, it's you know what, you don't have to say thank you at all. Like, I mean, I just want to be able to, you know, be able to talk to you, and I have no idea how much things cost there or not, you know. So for me, that just seems like a pretty average amount to put in to make sure that I can hear from you. And you know what?
That's not average. Nobody puts freaking $100 on somebody's books that they never met. That's why I'm like, oh my God.
Part of me was like, God, I hope she doesn't think I'm just some kind of like weirdo creeper. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
No, I don't think that. I was just like, oh my goodness, like, can you even afford that? I mean, I don't mean to be rude or anything. I don't know.
No, not at all. I do well enough to make sure that, you know, I like I said, I think about you literally every day, and I just want to make sure that you have as much comfort as you can there. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure your parents provide well enough for you and everything. But if at all I put in, you know, maybe you can, like I said, surprise your roommate, you know, with something here and there, if you want
I know
to,
that
whatever.
we were wanting to do like a little birthday party, because also me and my roommates, I have 3 roommates, and one of their birthdays is the very next day after mine. And so we were going to make a prison cake and make like little games and stuff, and probably make a little meal. And listen to some music, have a little party. There's not much we can do here, but we can celebrate a little birthday and make it as fun as possible. And whenever you had sent that first $100, I was like, oh my God, I could buy shoes now.
Yeah, you told me that. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, so I bought a new pair of shoes. So happy with them. They're so comfortable.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You know, I know that. So you'll be 25, right? You turn 25, July 27th, right?
I'll be 26.
26.
Yep.
That's right, because I turned 25 this year.
Yes.
That's right. So you'll be 26.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have like a special, like I don't want to overhype it too much, but I have something somewhat special coming for you on your birthday. Hopefully the mail room isn't rejected or anything, but you'll see on your birthday. Make sure it gets there either the day before or the day of for you. But now that I know all the the regulations, because there's so many, like, you know,
Yeah.
the pictures can't be more than 4 by 6, and the envelopes can't be more than this and that, and all this stuff, but I had to, like, make sure that you get the right thing so that you get rejected, because it's heartbreaking to, like, have that letter sent back to her. Like, oh, man, she hasn't even heard from me in, like, 2 weeks, you know. But
you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. Okay, so it's not only the incoming mail that gets rejected sometimes, it's the outgoing mail too. Because, okay, so for Valentine's Day, I was making my own personal envelopes and decorating them, right? So we can buy makeup here, and I had some lipstick. And so I put the lipstick on, and I was kissing the envelope to decorate it. Well, I guess I kissed it one too many times, and it got rejected. It, like, came back to me as it got rejected for being unsanitary.
What?
Are you serious?
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous.
Right. I'm like, I'm insulted in so many ways right now. So, yeah.
It's okay. I have, like, a box. I have all the little notes that you wrote on the back of your envelope. I have everything you ever sent me. In a little box that I keep. And I love the drawing that you sent me recently.
Yeah. Yeah. I have colored pencils, and I was like trying to. I have a picture of R2D2, and I was like trying to do it from memory, and so I kind of used the picture as a reference photo.
You did an amazing job. Amazing. Well, you did a great job. It's pretty spot on. I love the little Gypsy Blanchard twist that you did to it. I love it.
I was like, if I had an Astro Droid, that would be mine. Because I know that they have one that is already done pink, and it's R2KT for the little girl. I don't remember the full story, but if you look it up online, R2KT, you can read the whole story. But the whole droid is, or most of the droid is pink. So all of the areas where R2 has blue, it has pink. And I'm like, okay, so that's already done. But if I had to do one, that would be my color. So I was like, I would want to do probably a mix of green and pink, because that hasn't been done. So I'm like, I personalized my own Astro Droid.
I'm looking at it right now. It's like a pink R2.
Yes.
It's great. That literally reminds me exactly of the photo, the drawing that you drew. Looks just like it.
Yeah. I used to have it. Did they show in the documentary that I used to have armor, pink armor? It was Mandalorian armor.
So I saw a picture of you. It was not in the documentary. Maybe they did show it in the documentary, but it's you dressed up, and it looked like a pinkish Boba Fett uniform, which got me because that's my favorite Star Wars character. So I loved it.
Okay.
But I think you were at Vision Con wearing that. So I saw that one. That was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, So I saw that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so it wasn't any particular character. It was, I got to create my own character. And they asked me, because I was a member of the 501st Legion. I was the honorary member. And so they asked me, like, what do you want to be and what color do you want your armor and everything? So I'm like, I want pink. And so they customized it and everything, which I'm so happy that they made my breastplate black instead of pink, because that would have just looked weird. So I was happy with how it all turned out, and my gauntlets lit up, and it was just so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks good. You did a good job.
Thanks.
Because I've never gone to a convention as much as I've wanted to go. I've never had anyone to go with, even like close friends of mine that I've made here in Seattle. They have like what's called they have Comic-Con here every year too. I've only been here for 2 years, and I haven't gone to either one. And they have like PAX convention, all kinds of stuff here at the Seattle Community Center. But I've never had a chance to go. But I always feel like if I did go, that would definitely dress up as pretty much exactly what you did, but the more male version.
Right.
But like create my own costume. I don't know if I have the skills for that. I don't know. Like I've never tried it or anything, so I don't know how well I would do. I'd probably end up embarrassing myself, but you know that time will come.
I've seen some really good costumes. Like at VissionCon is the only convention that I've ever been to, and I went for a couple of years, and I've seen some really amazing costumes. And like I did mostly cosplay at home. Because a lot of the costumes that I wanted to wear, I couldn't actually wear. Like, my mom would never let me watch anything that's rated R or anything that has sex or violence in it. So I couldn't watch Game of Thrones. But
oh, really?
I was ornery back then. So I went to Walmart and I stole the first season. And
are you serious?
I am dead serious. Okay, so what they didn't show in the documentary is that my mom taught me how to steal from a young age. So we would go to freaking Sam's Club.
Really?
And she would buy a membership to Sam's Club, put me in the buggy because I'm still so small. I could still fit in there and pass as a child. And I would be wearing like a dress or whatever, and she'd be like, take this DVD, take that one, take that one. So I would be coming out there with my mom with a stack of DVDs stolen. And so, I mean, I didn't know it was wrong or that I could get in trouble for it. I just knew that I had to be sneaky about it. So I was stealing.
Yeah.
I was stealing shows that I couldn't watch from Walmart and bringing them back and home, watching them while my mom was asleep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
That's incredible.
I'm not quite all innocent.
But
I did do some bad stuff.
well, but your mom like provoked you to do it, or
like she taught me like if you want this, slip it under your dress, or if you want
oh
this,
my God, that's
just do stuff like
that's
that.
Bizarre.
Yeah, and so I mean, one time I did get caught stealing a Barbie doll from Walmart. I really wanted it.
Oh,
and
no.
It was expensive, so I tried to shoplift it and got caught.
Oh, Gypsy.
I know, right?
That's crazy. No, I never had that thought. But, you know, as much as I would hate to spoil it for you, I can definitely update you on what the show is, what's happening in the show. I mean, I just started watching the show in the last year. And, you know, like that, like, it's just like you, like, the period of, like, the Tudors, like, the whole, like,
oh my
you know,
God, I love
you
that.
know, that's, like, my favorite. I know, it's my favorite, too. So I ended up watching, like, seasons 1 through 6, because there's 6 seasons out right now within, like, a month. I couldn't stop watching that show. Like, whenever I wasn't working, I was at home just watching that show. And, like, it was just, it's unreal. So, and, like, the 7th season is supposed to start on Sunday, which is, like, 4 days away from now?
Yeah.
So, and this is the last season. They split it up into 2. So it's, like, it's season 7, but they're only doing, like, half this year and then half next year. Because they always do that. In the end of series. They always it's like Harry Potter, like, you know, the last one they made 2 movies, Twilight Saga they made 2 movies.
Right, exactly.
They always try and stretch out the last of the seasons, you know, as much as they can for whatever reason. But a lot's about to happen, but it sounds like if you always saw season 1,
right, I have a lot of
a lot of catching up to do.
I'd probably be better off freaking just reading the book.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? The only sad thing about that is that HBO actually got the right to the franchise, so they ended up making, like, the seasons that are coming out now, the last one and the most recent, are not actually in the book, because the book actually ended at that season. So what we're going to see was all basically made by HBO. So we don't know.
Wow.
Like, nobody who's read the book is going to even know. So that's why it's the most
part about it.
Wow. Well, I guess
But
I have to be
anyway.
in suspense until I get out and be able to see it. Now, have you ever seen True Blood?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen some of it. I haven't seen the whole thing, honestly, but
I've probably just
I've
seen
seen some
the
of
first
it.
3 seasons, but I thought it was pretty good. And I'm watching this this show on Sci-Fi Network. I got my roommates hooked on it. It is the most craziest, messed up show, but it is so entertaining that I just cannot stop watching. It's called Blood Drive. And
Blood Drive.
Yes, Blood Drive. And it's unbelievable. The first episode that I watched, it was on TNT. It was playing on TNT. And they have this, I guess it's kind of like Death Race. And they have this race that's going on, and the cars, Becky says hi. And
So I said, hey.
what?
How much time do you have? Do you have like because I know that you're 2 hours ahead of me, so I know it's like 9 o'clock there right now.
We have count time at 10 o'clock, and then after 10:20, I can get back on the phone until midnight, because that's a privilege of being on the honor wing. But,
all right.
Yeah, Becky said something about hi, and if you want to come over to dinner. What the fuck? Hold up. If you want to, I'll talk to you later because I can't understand a single thing you're saying. All right. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My roommate.
What'd she say?
I have no idea. Amy.
So I want to come over to dinner.
Oh, no, I was like, she said something. I thought she said, come home for dinner or something, but I can't understand what she's saying.
Do you have to stand when you're on the phone? Do they give you a place to sit?
No, we have chairs. We have chairs.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm
good.
very comfortable. But
okay, good.
What we're talking about, Blood Drive. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, the first episode that I ever seen, they had this race that's going on, and the cars, they run on human blood, and it's crazy. And so this guy and this chick was in the car, and this car is going like as fast as it can go. And all of a sudden, she starts taking off her shirt and pulls back this guy's seat and just starts fucking him right there while this car is going 50 miles an hour. And I'm like, what is this show? And so I just kept watching the following episodes. I'm like, this is cool. And I'm like, it's not something that I ever thought I would watch because I don't like gory shows. And I don't like where it shows like body parts.
Then you wouldn't like Game of Thrones. It's very graphic.
I noticed that from the very first episode. I'm like, damn, that's graphic. But I can't stop watching because everybody talks about how good this show is. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I just
all right, but yeah.
But it's definitely a gory show, but it has some comedy in it. It's weird. And last night's episode was just crazy. They had this love potion, I guess, that got out in a town, and all the people are just going absolutely nuts. And they have a cure, and this girl has to fuck her brother in order to make the cure. I have no idea.
What?
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yes, like, it's crazy. And we were all like, what turned you on? And they had, my roommate said, the twins doing it. I said, the bunnies, the blue bunnies. They were, like, straight getting it. So they just look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, the blue bunnies. Yes.
Well, I'll have to watch that so I can talk to you about it and see how it is.
Yeah. But
so they let you guys watch. And go ahead.
Like, we have, it's kind of limited. We have Sci-Fi Network and stuff like that. We have all HD channels. So,
okay.
Sorry. We usually make announcements over the microphone. But we have one channel that does play rated R movies, and we call that our porn channel. because they show nudity on there, which we can't watch nudity on any other channel because it's just cable. So.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, it's like we're all adults, so it's like why be all weird about it? But.
I know, right? Yeah.
Kind of weird, but yeah. I'm like, I made a comment the other day. I'm like, they just don't want us to have any kind of sex in here. No sex with the guards, no sex with the inmates, no sexual letters, just nothing sexual on TV. What the hell?
I know it sucks. I'm sure. You know, it made me wonder. Like, when I send you letters, I'm sure the guards read them before they give them to you. They do, don't they?
Yeah.
It's okay. I have nothing to be embarrassed about. Like, I'm just seeing myself in the letters, but I don't care what some random guard thinks about it, you know?
No, don't worry about it. But I've said some crazy stuff sending letters out, and some of the stuff I'm sure I would never want anybody to read, but I'm like, well, I mean, I want it to go to this person, so I'm just gonna not care what this guard thinks or what this guard reads or whatever, but
yeah.
Fine. I think they have more on their minds. I mean, some of the stuff that people write, so I'm sure that I'm not the only one. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, do you get along with all the guards there?
Yeah, I mean, the only one that I don't really particularly care for is she works in the kitchen, and she oversees the kitchen workers. She's not that pleasant, but everybody else has been, nice to me. They did send the warden sent a massive email to all the staff members letting them know about my documentary. And so there has been quite a few that has seen it. And they'll just come up to me and be like, I saw your documentary. And I'm like, what do you think? I'm like, what do you say to that, really?
Yeah, right.
But it's just...
I mean, a part of me wonders, like, do people just, like, overwhelm you with questions all the time? Like, that's where, like, I just want to fall into that category. Like, I don't want to just...
No.
Obviously, everyone has questions, but, like, I didn't want to just, like... Especially the first time I've talked to you, I don't want to, like, just start asking a bunch of questions. That, like,
I'm fine with answering questions. I mean, if I say it's fine, then it's fine.
Right.
So, I mean, if some random person comes up to me and starts wanting to know all my business and everything, I'm not going to be too keen to tell them everything. But, I mean, if there's somebody that I feel like I could trust and I can talk to, then I mean, and I'd rather people ask questions than assume or get the wrong information or, something like that. I'd rather it come from me.
Right. And I love that. I mean, I don't know. If I were to have... I basically have asked you all the questions that I've been interested in. I mean, like I said, I'm definitely very excited to see you express your emotions and answer questions a little bit better in your upcoming interview. I think that Dr. Phil would be an amazing opportunity for you because I feel like above all else, like having an actual experience, someone, especially with someone as many credentials as him, talk to you about this because I feel like, being actually to be able to have like a counselor or something that would be amazing for you to just kind of help you through this whole hump that you're in because I think that they said, the earliest for your parole would be 2024.
Actually, it's 2023, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they say it was like 8.5 years, so summer of 2015. So it would be, 2023, 2024, around that time that you'll be able to go home. I definitely don't. But I was wondering if, like, sometimes with parole, like, they limit you to the state that you're in. So I was wondering if, like...
I would have to do an interstate compact, which would mean that I would agree to home plan out of state. because I'd be home planning with my dad until I would buy my own place wherever that would be. And so I'm like, I'm sure they would want me out of the state. They're like, I don't want to deal with her no more. I just want to out.
No.
Go. Please, just don't even look back. So I'm sure they wouldn't mind me getting out of the state. But, like, I caught my case in 2015. So my time started the day I walked into Greene County Jail. So right now I've got 2 years in.
June 15th or something like that. Yeah.
So I've got 2 years in, and I think it was 8.5 because I have to serve 85%. And so I think even me and my roommate was just talking. I'm like, when do you think I would be paroled? And she's like, maybe probably the end of 2022, early 23. And I'm like thinking, well, it's not that far away, you know.
It really isn't. It really isn't. You know, time goes by very, very fast. You know, thinking. So let's say that's 6 years from now, 5 years from now. 5 years ago, you know, I still remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's not too short, but it's not too far away either. So, you know, it's definitely it's right around the corner for you. But I think that like the fact that you're using your time so wisely and you're going to school and you're putting such an effort into it is amazing, because I'm sure a lot of people don't do that. They just, you know, curl up in a ball and just wait for their sentence to pass. So I'm definitely very happy that you're, you know, using your time as best you can and reaching out to people who are you know, like I said, I'm sure I'll never, you know, I don't know, come over that feeling of like I'm just some random stranger that just, you know, that just reached out to you. But I'm so excited that I'm talking to you, and I hope to continue talking to you, because, you know, you and I have a lot in common. So it's definitely great to be able to talk to somebody, because it's definitely nice to have such delightful people in your life, and I definitely feel like you fit that category for me. So I'm happy to talk to you.
Absolutely. Well, they just called, and it's still count time, so I got to get off the phone. But it was so wonderful talking to you, and I promise I will keep in touch, and I will still write, even though I'm talking to you right now. So I'm still going to write you a letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and I'll definitely write you back, and I just want you to know, like, you can call me whenever you want. I'll always be happy to talk to you, Gypsy. And it was amazing to talk to you for the first time. And you have the sweetest voice I've ever heard. And I'm excited to hear from you again, okay?
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Have a good night.
All right, Gypsy, you too. I'm looking forward to hearing from you again. All right, have a good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
The call